So, hi.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Oh, my name is Shamisha Williams. I am the creative mind behind the four pieces that was entered into the Lit magazine.
Okay. So I noticed that you have four pieces here. They're all like different styles. Some are fantasy. Some have like a realistic tone to them. So, like, where do you get your inspiration from?
Instagram, I mainly reference a lot of the art I see on there. A lot of the pieces I entered in have flowers and stuff in it. A lot of girly, like, sort of aesthetics to it. I think almost every piece I entered into that thing has a flower somewhere in it. So I mainly, like, focus between girls, body type, and flowers.
Is that like your main thing, like, or is there
I
other
don't
styles that you
think
like to do?
I don't think I've done one piece yet, as of yet, that doesn't have at least one flower in it or one girl in it. I don't think I've ever drawn. Even when I did a guy, my first guy, it still had flowers in it. So I base a lot of my pictures around like nature and life, mostly these flowers.
Is that like from something from childhood, like that you've done all your life, or something that you created, like as a style?
As a style, I think more stylistic because it is very easy to base my art around flowers since it's like a color type of palette. So depending on the flower I use, I can base off how I want to make the girl, what color she's gonna be, what her hair is gonna be like. The only piece I entered in that didn't have flowers in it was the Galaxy Girl one,
Yeah.
where it was mainly just her hair was the priority of it, and that was more of a type of Gallic type of thing. So I did have to base my that piece off of something, and that was a galaxy.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
So I noticed that you have a lot of diverse characters in your drawings and paintings. Is that like on purpose, or is it like an artistic choice?
And it was on purpose. Is I guess it's sort of both actually, because of the fact that I do want to be seen as the artist that doesn't just draw one type of skin tone. I want to because whenever I go on Instagram and I look through artists, I only follow ones who have a diverse set of art. If I see mostly like one skin tone, I'm gonna probably unfollow them because I don't see that they're making people like me. I'm not gonna follow that. I'm not gonna support that. So I rather have a bunch of diversity in it. Well, I didn't even care if it's people like me. It was Asians and then some white people and then some blacks or some Indians. Something to make it more to make the page a little bit more spiced up and diverse. I like that. I need that.
So you said you follow a lot of them on Instagram. Is there like an artist you specifically like or enjoy, like that you draw inspiration from?
The one who definitely got me into the whole girly type of female empowerment, body type, thick girls, skinny girls was Loish. Is LOISH VB, and it's like all of her art is diverse and like the body types. It's mostly girls. She does draw men sometimes, but she never really focuses on them because they're mostly in like one tone of color and they're most of the time blue. But all of her other girls are very colorful, very dynamic. The body types and skin tones are all over the place. He's even drawn people with disabilities. So I love her. She's very diverse. She's like the type of artist I want to be like.
Also, I noticed that when it comes to your paintings, you don't just do like one thing. You do galaxy, you do flowers, you do like outer space. Where do you get your ideas from? Is it easy? Is it difficult?
I get my ideas from mostly Instagram and Pinterest. Sometimes mostly in my dreams too. Like a lot of the pieces that I haven't submitted yet do come from things that I dream about, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta get up and draw this real quick. And I'll sketch out a little thumbnail of what it should look like, and then I'll render it out later on. But a lot of the other things are from Instagram, which makes it easier. Because then I have references on references. Like my saved page in Instagram is just a bunch of different types of flowers, fishes, girls, body types, references, just a bunch of things so that I can have that. Because I need reference. I haven't gotten to that point in my career where I don't need reference. Even things when I don't reference doesn't come out the way I have in my head. So I need to have reference so that it makes it easier. I'm working on a piece right now where I try to not use a reference. And it gives this, once again, flowers on top of a bald man's head. So it's just a bald guy looking up with flowers just falling down on him. Now that I think about it, I do have too many flowers. I should probably keep away from that for a bit, but I'm going to keep it for now since this is where the piece is going. But even in that piece, I tried to do it in my head, but I still had to go to a reference because I didn't know how to structure the jawline, how to make him look like he was a buff man, but still a gentle type of guy. So yeah, it does make it easier to have the reference.
So you use references and you draw inspiration. Is there like a story behind the artwork that you submitted, like Alex Girl, Vanity Fair, or any of the others? Or is it just like from dreams?
The hook one, I forgot the name of it. It was like, yeah, that one with the fishes. That one was actually, it had some history with me. So I created it when I was in high school, and I just drew it out, and I had it for like a while, and I really wanted to visualize it because it was just an outline, a line art piece. There was no coloring. No, there was coloring because I had watercolored it out, and I loved it so much that I wanted to visualize it. But whenever I tried to do it, I didn't like how it looked. I would do it again and again, and over like the past 2 years, I've been trying to redo it, and I never got to how I wanted to look until like recently when I made that piece. But even after I finished that, I was like, this is still not good enough, and I want to keep redoing it until I get it just the way I like it, because my head it hasn't caught up to how I feel about the piece or my skill set. So even though she does have like realistic type of painting, is not the type of painting that I want. It's still too vivid to me. The colors still pop too much to me. But yeah, I'm still working on that piece. That piece to me isn't finished. Even though it looks finished, it's not finished to me.
Still looks very nice.
Thank you.
Another thing, out of the four paintings that you did, which one was the most difficult to do? Was it the
The
fish
fish
hooks?
hook, yeah.
That one, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So, what's your most favorite?
None of them.
None of them?
Nope. I can't say any of them are my favorites. They all come from like the same place. None of them really like hits me because of the fact that I still don't think fish hooks is done. And until it's done, I'm not gonna be satisfied with it. And Galaxy's Girl, I don't. I still like. I worked on her a couple of times over again, and I still don't like how it came out compared to the watercolor. When I do something in watercolor and it comes out really nice, and I do it digitally and it doesn't come out as nice, I get pissed off at it, and that's what happened with Galaxy Girl. And I can't call that my favorite. And then the yellow one with the girl who's just in yellow, I redid that piece, and the one that I did was a lot better than that one. So I can't say that one. And then the last one where it's like beauty standards. I guess I can say that's my favorite one. Because that was when I ever drew a really thick girl. And like she looked badass. And I was like, yeah, this is how I want to be when I grow up. But yeah, I think that would probably be my favorite one if I had to pick.
You said that you do watercolor versus digital. Which is your favorite medium?
Um, I want to say digital because I get more out of it. But watercolor is so much easier. It's so much easier because I have all the palettes in front of me, all the colors already there. I don't have to figure out how what brush to use and how what opacity I can do it. And there's like no erase tool, so it's like if I make a mistake, I can just layer over it with color pencil or with acrylic. So it's a very diverse medium.
That's good. What programs do you use for the digital?
I use the bootleg Photoshop.
You use Photoshop a lot?
hmm
What's your favorite?
Yeah, it's the easiest thing to work with. I know there's other programs like Krita or Paint Tool Science stuff, but I mainly use Photoshop because I'm so used to it. I've been working with it like for the past 7, 8 years already, so I think I'm just gonna stick with it at this point.
Okay. So you obviously submitted these to the literary magazine. Is there anywhere else that you have submitted your artwork from?
Actually, yeah, I recently submitted all of those except for like probably the yellow one because that was the most recent one. I submitted all of those into a contest up in I forgot what the name of the town was. It was a little town in New Jersey, like a little bit down from us. And I was going to go all out. I was gonna make big posters of it and then like sell a bunch of them, the copies of it. But then I realized that I had to be there, and I had to go and actually like submit the pieces printed out already to them instead of like them printing it out for me. And I was like, oh, they're like 2 hours away on in a car, and I don't even have a car, so that's 4 hours away in the bus. I can't do that. So I submitted it, and they wanted me to come. They kept emailing me like, "You can really come. We don't know how you can do this. It's like you've been working with us for so long. Just come. We'll help you out. Get here." And I'm like, "No, no." I think they probably still use one of the pieces. They just had to improvise on printing it out for me, and they took. I'm pretty sure they kept the money that of what was sold, if anything was sold. But other than that one, I don't think I submitted any other things. I
Okay,
think.
that's good. So one final question. Have you been drawing since you were young? Like, or is art like something that just suddenly came to you, or is like it's always been there?
I think every kid draws when they're young. I only met a kid that doesn't have any drawn when they're young. So yeah, that was a dumb question, Kiana. I'm funny.
I was
I'm
wondering if
funny.
you were drawn since you were young.
Of course.
Okay, then. Thank you for talking. I had a wonderful time, very insightful.
Did you?
Yes,
No thanks.
you're welcome.
A little insulting, but also insightful.